sailboat in the moonlight and June. Wouldn't that be heaven? Oh, heaven just for two. A soft breeze on a June night and what a perfect setting for letting dreams come true.
Well, it's a rainy fall day today, and I thought this would be a good time to share with you a package that arrived in the mail some time ago. And we've been speaking to these folks now for a little while, and we've actually made mention of it in the videos. Some of you might recall, but Spartan Marine is coming on board with Wind Over Water, and we're going to show you folks some of their products and also show you how you can maintain them so easily. Spartan Marine are a manufacturer of bronze hardware built in the old way. Windover has 13, I believe, functioning seacocks that are Spartan brand. We did a little renovation on them in the spring just to get ourselves in the water, but at this stage we want to do a proper renovation of them, and these guys offer some products that'll help us with that. So anyway, I've not seen what's here, but let's have a peek. It's a heavy box, so there's probably some serious stuff in here. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. That's it. So, well, they sure wrap these well. So we've got some really interesting stuff here to show you. First of all, we've had some problems with the handles on ours, and the previous owner has really gone to town on the handles and damaged most of them because they've been cranking on them too hard after all the seacocks seized up. So Spartan has sent us their new handle design, which has actually a connecting point up top here. It makes them a little more durable, but these will fit all of the seacocks we've got now without handles. So that's the first thing. They sent us some hardware, replacement hardware, just little bits and bobs that we're going to need. And the big thing is they've sent us their lapping compound, which I'll show you here. And this is a type of abrasive that you put between the two halves of the seacocks, the cone and the receiver, and you turn them back and forth as much as the same way as you'd lap valves in a car. You turn them back and forth until the two grind to one another's shape, and this is the abrasive that you use for that. It's called Spartan Seacock Lap Compound. So they sent us a couple containers of that, and also they've sent us 2 containers of Seacock grease, which is a special product formulated specifically for their seacocks. Spartan Marine came along because Cape Dory, a lot of you are going to know who Cape Dory are. We're kind of a classic boat builder in New England, building some Carl Alberg designs. And Cape Dory wanted to have a classic kind of seacock, a solid bronze seacock that they could use in their boats, and nobody built one. So the company was developed initially to supply that need. And they are still working, in fact, with Robin Hood Marine, which is the company that came along after Cape Dory closed up, still building Cape Dory style boats in New England, and they continue to use those seacocks in their boats. Now Bristol bought those products. They're also another New England company. They bought those products for their boats because they wanted that very high standard for their boats as well. So we're really happy to have such good product in there. And now after 40 years, we're going to do a little renovation on them, and they're going to be just like new. Now, who can say that about their Seacocks? So, looking forward to getting into this, and we'll take you along. Now, before we let you go, we want to remind you all that if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, you can do so by clicking on the little subscribe icon that's down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Also, if you wish to support our videos, that we have 140, I think, online right now. This is the 118th episode of Wind Over Water. We also have some interesting interviews that we did with some YouTube personalities that you can see in our virtual happy hour series. If you want to support this channel, you can do so by clicking on the Patreon link, which is below, and you can come on board and help us get these videos produced. So let's head back to the boat and work on that centerboard winch. Oh, we're snug as a bug here in our winter cover. It seems to have held up all right for the first night, and I'm here to do a little bit of maintenance on my winches. Today I'm going to tackle the winch that brings the centerboard up. It's a bit of an unusual one, an ABI winch, and I've never seen one before, so we're going to go in a little blind on this one, but let's have a look. This is day 2 working on the winch for our centerboard. I've pulled it apart, and now we've got to clean the residue and what have you off of it. I want to grease it all up so that next year it's a little bit easier to crank it up. I did discover something that the previous owner had done that could have been a potential disaster. The winch we're working on today lifts and lowers the centerboard using a 1/4-inch stainless steel cable. When we disassembled the winch, we discovered that the cable was held in place with gaffer tape only. Any weeds or debris on the cable below the waterline could potentially pull it right out of the system, leaving us no way of raising our centerboard. When Windover has the board down, she draws 10 feet. We're really fortunate to have caught this. Let's get cleaning. Teeth on this are getting a little worn. this drum there is a hole, and that hole is for a set screw, and in here this cable end is to slip through and be locked down by a set screw. Whoever cut the cable initially, if I can get that to focus for you, but, whoever cut that cable initially, there you go, cut it just with a regular set of bolt cutters, and that just makes the end all frayed and nasty. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim this off with a proper tool, which is this one. And boy, I wish I could get that to focus in. The way to fix this is to put some tape around the area you're going to cut it, because it will fray. The tape just helps hold all the strands together. Then we take our special cutter, which has round jaws like that. See? And we cut it. In theory. It did cut it, but I think they were still a little too light, so anyway, so be it. In theory, this end should fit inside the drum now. Let's see if that worked. And it did. Look at that. Okay. We got our little set screw. Make sure this is seated all the way in, and then tighten that up with a set screw. Okay, I said I was going to Okay, I said I was going to give you some let's see, okay.
Talk to me.